show today. 3 guests in studio. This is LeSean McCoy. We're on television.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Thanks for.
I've been here before. Man.
Thanks for joining. This is a brand new studio. We got a Super Bowl champion in the house. We have an insanely talented Emmy-nominated actor, Matt Walsh. He is here. We'll get his thoughts on his hometown Bears and Veep and everything that he's doing. He's in a new movie called Flamin Hot based on the Cheetos. Oh, nice. That's a good man. We'll have him and a good friend from Fox Sports. You know Carmen Vitali?
Yeah.
Yeah, Carmen's popping by as well to break down the NFC North. Are you going to give me some Flamin Hot takes?
I got you.
All right, let's do it. Let's go. Right there, I think so. We're still trying to work it out in this. Oh, okay. I've never seen you without like a lot going on here. I usually can't see your eyes based off what you're wearing.
You know, I calmed it down this morning.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have too much bling on and
kept it cash.
I don't know, something simple.
For me. All right, you're here. You are let me give you some justice here. A 2-time, a Super Bowl, a champion, one of the top 25 leading rushers in NFL history. You can catch him on Speak on FS1. Mr. LeSean McCoy, how are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm good, and I'm here with you, so we always have a great conversation and good morning.
Do you have to work later today?
I do.
What do you think the biggest topic on Speak will be?
It'll either be probably draft picks, it'll either be playoffs basketball.
Playoffs basketball.
Yeah.
Now you tell me, you were given, okay, listen, you're rooting for the 76ers. I'm just getting into the NBA. Why are you giving Harden such a tough time? Let's look at some of these tweets.
No, I don't. I mean, I just, as I watch the game, I talk about it. And I think, like Harden, he'll have 30 points, but then give up 30 points.
Didn't y'all win? Why are you so mad?
This is probably like in the first quarter, second quarter, but he's a hell of a player.
They're up 2-0 on the Nets right now. Game 3 is coming tonight. Okay,
sweep.
Am I going to be a Sixers fan this year? And this is going to happen for them? I've heard about the process for a long time now.
Listen, the process is no time limit on it. It's finally here. All the process we talked about. Joel Embiid, the MVP. He should be the MVP.
Yeah.
You never know how this thing might unfold. You know what the NBA, how they do. Anyway, he should be the MVP. The Sixers champions this year is going down to Philadelphia. Broad Street's going to be going crazy for the parade, and I will be there.
Don't you think Michael Rubin would be so sad if that happened because he's not there anymore?
Let me tell you something about Mike Rubin.
Tell me. Uh-oh.
That's my boy. Listen.
Okay.
He might not be there, but he's there. But he is there.
But he's there. Okay, well, listen, I have a problem. I have a streak going that's worse than anything that's going on. I'm 0-14 on parlays. Ooh. I'm not kidding. Really bad. So I had 13 NFL ones. I put one out for the NBA. Take a look at it. It almost happened, but something happened to D'Angelo Russell. He stopped learning how to shoot yesterday? What happened?
He didn't show up. You should call me, though.
He made 1 3. I needed 1 3 out of him. He shot like 1 out of 75 yesterday.
You really should call me.
Why?
I really do this parlays. I really do this.
What do you got?
My last bet, what did I have? So I'm a money lines guy. I do all money lines.
That's boring.
But now it's not. Because, like, for example, like, you put the Suns to win. Who else? I had the Suns and I had the Bucks to win.
Yeah.
That's easy money.
I can't believe John Morant isn't even out there and this happened. What's going on with
the
Lakers?
You know what? If you really watch the Grizzlies, they actually win a lot of games without John Morant.
Yeah.
People didn't know that.
People didn't. I didn't know
homework.
That. I got my producer Richard's in my ear saying, well, "Look at you talking basketball. I'm invested. I'm putting out another parlay. Sorry to everybody who played along. It didn't work out. But 0-14 is pretty impressive.
Yeah, no.
That is not easy to be 0-14.
Yeah, to try to do that.
It's about as hard as it is to be 14-0. What's your longest losing streak or bad streak?
You know what? Last month, it was tough for me, right? I was trying to get gambling or get some games in before the playoffs, and that's a no-no. I have my own rules, and I didn't apply them rules. So I was trying to put all this money down to get money, right? Oh, they're fighting for the playoff seeding and lost.
What about on the field? When did it really go wrong? Can we get LeSean a water? I'm keeping LeSean here for a long time. Let's make him comfortable.
What you mean on the field? What do you mean?
It's never happened?
But
you never had any couple losses in a row, couple bad games, couple games under 100 yards. What's up?
Not a lot. Here and there, every blue moon.
You never had.
But then again, I did play for Buffalo. We had some bad times. We did that. Before Josh Allen, we had some bad times.
Let's talk about Josh Allen here. Let's talk about him and DeAndre Hopkins and this potential. We got Von Miller on Pat McAfee saying, I hear we're bringing another superstar in. What do you think?
No, I think they need him.
We can bring the water in. It's fine. We got to get him some water.
You see my waves?
Here we go. Hey! Okay, tell me.
They need, Josh Allen is box office. He lights out. Even when he was a rookie, I knew he would be great.
Yeah.
And then now, seeing him now, the work ethic he put in, so he's a great player, but he needs one more piece. I think if you're being D-Hop there, oh my God. D-Hop, Diggs, come on now with that defense.
how does he? Okay, because people want to say it'd be a luxury ad. But it's not, because if you look at the numbers, this is true. After the end of October, around Halloween time, after that, the numbers really went down for Josh Allen in the passing game. He was the 25th ranked passer in the NFL. He does need a guy like D-Hop in that offense.
I think so. I think sometimes with Josh Allen, man, he may force things, right? I feel like when you're a player and you have all the weight on your shoulders, right? You got to produce. Then when they take Diggs away, and then Knox was in and out with injuries, the tight end.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do I go? Right? And then Gabe Davis, he was solid, but he's up and down. He's not consistent. You bring in another D-Hop, man. Now the defense got to pick.
But then there's no excuse. LeSean, then there's absolutely no excuse.
There's no excuse then?
You could say they're loaded without D-Hop if they add him. Now you have, you mentioned Stephon Diggs. Is there something, you know more than I do.
What's that?
Is there something going on there with Diggs?
I mean.
Okay, hold on. Okay, he stormed out of the locker room, as we know, reportedly, after the playoffs when they lost. And this is the tweet. We have receipts here on the show. This
we have receipts.
Come and rescue. Is this a song that I'm not smart enough or cool enough to know? What is this?
I don't know, but
I'm trying. That might be a trade request.
No. Listen, Diggs is passionate about the game. You can see that, right? And I think he's a little emotional, right? From his tweets, he stormed out the locker room. I would have did that too. If I'm mad, we're in the playoffs, we're supposed to be this great team, and then we're everybody's favorite. Don't forget where everybody had them favorite.
Yeah.
And then so he could be pissed off, like him and Josh were tight. And I just feel like sometimes as players, the way we react, people in the media like us, like me, like you, we react to a tweet like that. But them guys are good buddies, man. And he needs Josh like Josh needs him. Let's not forget, he was in Minnesota with a couple of quarterbacks, right? I won't even name them. But he knows a lot happier over here in Buffalo. So they'll work it out.
And he had Adam Thielen, so we can't be mad about the DeAndre Hopkins thing because I'm sure he'll thrive and be happy that there's another wide receiver out there. So tell me this, why isn't he at the facility?
I mean, why would he be?
Yeah, you don't think I don't know, because I feel like Stephon Diggs would be there, no?
For what? The money he make, he don't got to be there. This is not mandatory. I didn't go to none of the OTs, none of that, the small practices. I didn't do none of that.
I want to get into some other topics with you.
Let's get to all the good topics today.
I really thought you were going to give me something on Diggs. I'm just poking around. There's nothing there.
I'm just saying, I think people want to make it like, is it he's trying to get out of Buffalo, him and Josh? No, Josh is his guy.
Let me ask you this. Did you go to OTAs?
No, here and
there. You never went? Here and there?
Here and there, yeah, it depends. Like when I was
Before you won a Super Bowl, did you go to all your off-season workouts?
No.
LeSean.
I didn't.
I don't know if that's true. Star treatment, I guess. That's the way it goes.
Well, see, that's the game they play. You gotta be with your teammates. Hold up, coach. Hold on. It's not in the contract. It's not mandatory. I'll be there when it's mandatory.
You'll be there when it's mandatory.
Yeah.
I love to hear it.
Cut the check.
How would you spend that time instead?
Family, friends, hanging out, boxing events, a big boxing event this weekend.
So not working out, so maybe, living large.
To be honest.
And that's what it takes to make a two-time Super Bowl champion, baby, top 25 rusher.
But to be honest, though, you always work out. You're supposed to always work out.
Yeah.
And then I think you turn it up as camp comes around, as summertime, about around July, June. Before then, you kind of turn it up to get your body ready for the season.
You're wearing Buffalo Bills colors. Yeah, it's Gucci. It might be Gucci, but it's still a Buffalo Bills colors. Now, I heard Jim Kelly say that Josh Allen not only needs DeAndre Hopkins, he didn't say that, I'm saying that, you're saying that, but that he needs a top dog running back. What do you make of that?
Well, first of all,
do you wish that you were that guy? Because you could say, it could be said that he has not had that top running back, the lead dog, the power guy, the finesse, since 2018 when it was you, LeSean.
First of all, Jim always talks. He's always talking. He just wants to talk about the team,
Yeah.
Nobody talks about how he came up short every year.
Well, I think they do.
Every year. No, nobody talk about that. 4 times short. You supposed to be this great quarterback. Super Bowl, lost. So
he was probably showing up to OTAs and stuff.
Still losing.
Jokes on him.
Still losing. Anyway, but I thought they had a solid running game, right? I look at right now. What's the young kid? James Cook.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a phenomenal player. He's still young. Maybe add another running back in the draft. But I hate when everybody wants to hammer on that. Really watch the Buffalo Bills offense. They don't try to run the ball. They rather run the ball with Josh Allen with quarterback-driven runs than letting the running backs run. So I hear what Jim's saying, but, like I said, he talks a lot.
Bijan, what do you make of him? Let's get to the Bijan portion of the program.
Watching him play, he might be the best player, the best running back I've seen in the last 4 or 5 years.
Tell me why.
He has everything, right? If I look at certain running backs, I like to not compare myself, but just see the value of each running back, right? I look at a guy like, okay, I remember Adrian Peterson, strong, quick, tough, right? But didn't really catch as well. Now, Adrian Peterson is probably one of the best players I've played with running backs wise.
Yeah.
Look at dudes like maybe Chris Johnson, super fast, super quick, not really the most physical, right? Run you over.
Yeah.
Here and there. Myself, I'm quick. I wasn't really the bruising type. When I watched this kid, he could do everything. He could catch. He could run routes. He could run you over, run around you. He got a blazing speed. He got quickness. He has elite talent as a running back. Everything. If you want to put a running back together, this is a guy you will put together. Feet, quickness. Look at him in the drills. It's like there's nothing he can't do. He could play on any system. You know, some guys can't play on third downs. He can. Third down, first down, fourth down, coach, every quarter. He's a running back. He's a bad, bad man. Philadelphia, come get him, please.
Okay, so they pick at 10. That was my question. Is this the guy in the pick? I mean, it's.
Like I said, I look at Reggie Bush / Chris Johnson / LT / he's all that.
/ LeSean McCoy?
Listen, me coming out of college, he was better than me out of college.
What does he have that you have? What do you see in him that you have?
He has a total package. First of all, he's a lot bigger than I was. He's like 225. He's strong. I wasn't that strong. He run you over. I didn't really run people over as much. He could catch. Well, I could catch the ball. I mean, I could do all that.
We know.
But he could
in the snow.
He does everything you want from a running back, and he's lights out. I haven't seen nothing like him. God made him special. What they say, God did. He took his time making him get his feet, quickness, strength.
He's a complete back. That's what separates him.
He's a bad boy.
And the Eagles have 2 first-round picks. Is that you or me?
That's you.
Who is it? No, it's you. It's you. Who's calling you?
My mom.
Your mom. Oh, hi, Mom. Say hi.
Mom, I'm on the show with Kate Adams. I gotta go. Holla.
Okay.
Okay. She's a New York girl. Okay.
Oh, I love that. Okay, Shady. Okay, so they have 2 picks. You're saying if you were to talk to Howie Roseman, you'd say take Bijan with that.
Don't make me call Howie right now.
Okay, but we got to talk about Howie because there's a lot of thought to get to here with this whole situation. Did you hear the story that he shared a couple of weeks ago about you?
About me?
Yeah.
What is that?
Okay, here it is. He said that he told the story of how Shady met Howie. Okay. And this is what he had to say. Let me make sure I get the details right.
Howie's crazy.
The way he tells it, you go in to meet him for your combine interview. You go in for the hug, then immediately start sneezing.
Coughing? Oh, sneezing.
You tell him, oh, I've been sick for days. I have 103-degree fever. And then you passed your sickness on to Howie. Tell your side of the story before we call Howie.
It's something like that. I kind of sneezed, you know what I'm saying? I was sneezing already.
Into him?
No. As I'm walking in the door, you know, everybody's like, hey, how y'all doing? And I'm coughing, sneezing. And then he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, how you doing?
You didn't want to go. What are you going to do, though? Yeah.
I'm trying to get drafted.
100%.
I cannot shake the GM's hand.
You shouldn't have told him nothing, though. What are we doing?
But I'll say this, though. He's happy. Come on, Howie's the best top 3 GM in the league? Come on, 100%. He's making big deals, and I'm the best running back he's ever had. What does he mean? That's sickness, you know?
Did you have any hesitation of maybe not being at the combine, maybe not shaking hands with people?
No, I will say this, though.
What was your mentality, yeah?
Big Red, Andy Reid.
Yeah?
I didn't shake his hand. I can't get the big man sick. I sneezed, he looked at me like,
oh, my God.
He did a little look. I said, hey, Coach, how you doing?
Are you so you value Big Red more than you did Howie Roseman. Howie took him for the team, basically.
Big Red's a big guy. You know what I'm saying? He got that look. People see Andy Reid on TV, right?
Yeah.
Interviews, he's smiling, he's making jokes.
He's a monster.
But he's a great personality. But every once in a while, you piss him off, he give you that look. I'm like, I ain't shaking his hand, he gave me that look.
How'd you do in the combine?
I didn't do the combine because I was sick.
Mean?
I really was sick though.
You didn't? Didn't you run a 4.540?
That was at my pro day.
Oh, that wasn't there. So I was going to say, wow, you were that sick out there. You never did it.
No, I really was sick. I had a fever. I lost like 10 pounds. I was like 200 pounds. I went down to like 190.
Oh my God.
And I didn't do anything.
Is that why you slipped into the second round, Chase?
So, yeah, I mean.
Why don't we call him and ask him? Let's call Howie. Let's call Howie.
Let's call Howie, huh?
Let's just do it. We got nothing better to do.
Let's call Howie real quick.
We've got Matt Walsh, super Bears fan. You've seen him on Veep. He's in a new movie called Flamin Hot. He is joining us on the show. Carmen Vitali will break down the NFC North. What are we calling him to say? Congratulations on Jalen Hurts. Let's do it. What do you make of that deal? You weren't that high on Jalen.
In the beginning.
I know. What did he do to change it for you?
You know what it was? Like, the development period. Like, I didn't see the development. So when I seen him from college, he got better from Alabama to Oklahoma. I was like, oh, he's okay. Then when we drafted him, when I watched him play, it was a lot of running, you know, like decision making. See, sometimes like I feel like as talented players.
No, we're still calling
everything. Everything don't have to be like super accurate, but small things like, because I thought he was a smart kid. Where like plays, throw the ball away, don't force it. You know what I mean? If I'm scrambling, you know, let's not be dangerous. Like, you know, a guy like him has been scrambling his whole life. Like, you run up the middle. So most scrambling, you wait, you roll outside. So those small things. But he's got better and better. That's what I love about him. What
was the moment? Give me the moment that you were like, oh, this is the dude and he deserves that bag.
So in the playoffs, not this year, last year, right, against the Bucks, it was a bad game for him.
Okay.
In Tampa.
I'm trying to remember.
It was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago? Against
Probably.
the Bucks.
He's had some weird stuff in his. I give him so much credit for how he's handled himself the entire time.
His first playoff game, that's when it was, against the Bucks.
2021. Yep.
Yeah, it was a bad game. But I seen the kid keep playing, keep fighting. I'm like, oh, he tough. He might not be playing well, but he ain't quitting. With most players like that, they quit. Fast forward, the next year, I watched his growth. He looked strong. He looked bigger. It's just like defined. Okay, so I know he works hard. Because I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Before this period, I never met him.
Yeah.
So I'm just watching everything. I'm talking to the different, like, Fletcher Cox. I'm like, yo, how's Jalen Hurts? How is he? Yo, he work hard. He this and that. He's going to be better. Cool.
That's what he was saying.
Right? Yeah.
I heard he stayed, like, Lane Johnson told me he stays at the facility before he even had the gig. He would stay there and be the last one out the building. But
as you see it, he gets better and better and better and better. So that's one thing I like about him. That's why I'm like, okay, he's going to be good. Then we seen this performance he had this year, and it was lights out. It was lights out.
Yeah, okay, so we've got Bijan going to the Eagles. We're going to talk about that, see what he's doing at 10. We are also going to congratulate him on landing Jalen, who obviously you have come to know and love, which we love.
Who's that?
Jalen.
Oh, yeah, Jalen's a beast.
Now, what does it mean for Lamar?
They ought to pay Lamar. This is ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
You watch a team like the Eagles, right, that didn't have to pay Jalen Hurts.
No.
Right? They didn't have to, and they did. And they made him the highest paid quarterback or contract in history.
And they still have $20 million cap space for this year before that even kicks in. Howie Roseman is the best.
Howie's a beast. And it's like, yo, that's a deal where when I look at it, you could tell that they both wanted to get it done. And negotiations in any deal, I mean, you went through it from this job to the...
100%.
It's some give and it's some take. So it's like, all right, well, I might not get everything I want, but I'm good with this right here. Same thing with the team. I might not get everything I want, but So my thing with Jalen Hurts, they got it done with the Eagles. Why can't the Ravens do that? And in my opinion, this is my opinion, I feel like Lamar Jackson is more valuable to the Ravens.
Just the way the offense is built.
I mean, I'm saying he's the only MVP.
But they did go get Odell. Does that mean anything?
But even before that, I'm thinking the whole time he's been a Raven. You take him 32, right? You didn't think he would be 32 pick. All right, last pick in the first round. He's the only MVP that's ever been with the Ravens, right? I look at the Ravens team. I can't even. We're gonna talk about defense, and that's it. You got running backs that come in and out every year, right? Hurt or whatever it may be. The wide receiver core is all right. So it's like where the Eagles, we have different players. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jalen Hurts makes that engine go, but for the Ravens, they have nothing. They have a good, really good tight end, and that's it. So I was like, why wouldn't you take care of your best player? That kid that shows to the NFL or shows to other players, like, why would I want to go to the Ravens? They won't even take care of Lamar Jackson.
It's super true. I'm looking at the same thing with the Cardinals of Budda Baker. Pay the man. Extend the man. He's the best player. Outside of DeAndre Hopkins, who wants out too, he's the best thing you got. You're going through a change.
That's
You want to have
terrible.
one foundational pace. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro. Like, I don't understand what some of these teams are doing, but Howie Roseman's got it put together. So Eagles winning the Super Bowl this year?
I think so. I think we're going to...
They should get Budda.
We're going to surprise a lot of people. Yo, that we should. Ooh.
Oh, my God.
Okay, 2 times.
You know what I'm saying? They should.
Oh, yes.
They
We
should
get
go
him.
get him. They got a hole to fill with that.
Budda, I ain't gonna lie, he plays the game different. Like the old school back in the day safeties. You know, filling the running lanes, coming up there to hit, full speed.
He's only 27 years old.
Young, he puts his body on the line every game, every play. So
okay,
I would love to see him play that. I text Howie, I said, yo, you in the meeting? I said, we gotta get you on the show for telling people that I coughed on you. Because last time I called him when we was on Speak, he was in a meeting with the head coach, Nick Sirianni. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I FaceTimed him. I hit him up twice. Like, yo, why you ain't pick it up? Hit him up again. He said, I'm in the meeting. He showed me like, oh, my bad.
You're a busy guy.
So that's why I texted him first.
You're a busy guy. You're on I Am Athlete. You've got Speak coming up today, by the way, on FS1. You can check out LeSean. Maybe Howie Roseman will call him back on that show and you guys can see it. But you are also doing something that I did not know. It's very amazing in your hometown, Harrisburg, PA. Shout out. Talk to me about Vice Capital.
But first of all, you know that Michael Parsons is from Harrisburg. We got a lot of players. Ricky Waters. We got a lot of.
Marissa's real excited because she's a big Eagles fan.
There you
go. There we go.
Yeah. So Vice Capital is mom. That is my company, right? My real estate company, and I'm doing a lot of different.
What does that mean, my real estate company?
So
what?
I'm about to tell you. So first of all, we have I do a lot of affordable housing, right? So in my neighborhood where I grew up at, I'm putting up $15 million affordable projects, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're doing a community center as well, computer labs, and not only just for the tenants that live there, but also for the neighborhood. Where kids, we have different programs to teach them about financial literacy, teach them different programs about how to sign applications for jobs, how to get enrolled in colleges. We're doing a lot of things because there's nobody doing it. And I grew up, the difference is I grew up in these neighborhoods. So I was lucky to play football and make it out, but it's still the same kids like me. There might be another Michael Parsons in there or LeSean McCoy in these areas. And the new thing was I want to develop in areas where it used to be condemned homes or abandoned houses, right?
Yeah.
Where we knock all that out. You know what I mean? And we put all new stuff there. So the city of Harrisburg was very helpful with that. And also not only in Harrisburg, we got stuff in Philadelphia. I just went down to Atlantic City to do different developments over there. So I'm just really trying to get my thing going. It's been good so far. And another thing we're doing is we started my own, what is that? Because I'm on a hot seat. I got so much going on.
Tell me.
But so I'm starting my own basically tutorial to teach ball players how to invest in their hometowns, how to make money, and also give people jobs. Because when we do these type of things, right?
Yeah.
You open up new job opportunities. So now when we go to build these projects, right? I said, hold up. For so many years, minorities didn't have a chance to build, right? Different contractors, different developers. Well, now we hire them, right? We give them jobs.
You're creating jobs.
Okay, that's one part of it. Another part is when we do these opportunities, as far as I'm doing on another side of the street. This is another thing I ain't talk about. And this is more like a market rate, right? When we're putting 50 units up with a rooftop deck with 67 square footage of commercial space.
I don't know that you do. You're not the face of it. You know the square footage. You're invested in this.
This is mine. It's my
amazing.
Yeah. So on the bottom of the commercial space.
Yeah.
Right. We're doing different restaurants. We're doing different work office spaces. We're gonna give people jobs as far as
putting it together and working there when it's built.
Black-owned businesses or whoever it is, but we want to open that back up because so many times where you're in the hood or they say bad areas or the ghetto, it's they look at it as a bad thing. Nah, come here, it's safe, right? Just because the amount of money you make or the income doesn't make you a bad person. And that's the whole narrative I'm trying to change, because if you think of the projects or Section 8, you think all of the worst things. Well, what if you come into a Section 8 or a low-income housing and it's new floors? You got marble tops, new cabinets. You think different.
And you
right?
inspire, yeah.
You inspire. The kids are different. They go to school different.
And the running backs that are being drafted in the draft look at you and see what you're doing, and then that's a ripple effect for what they can do when they finally get paid. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a new thing I'm doing right now.
Wow, you're so grown up, LeSean. What happened? Wow.
My grown element
Prim and
right
proper
now.
and all this. You're not going to the Buffalo Bills. You're not going to the Eagles. You've won 2 Super Bowl rings. We've got Howie Roseman on line 1. We're going to take a short break because we've got to talk about a team that you never had the privilege of playing for, the Chicago Bears. Are you sad about that?
I kind of am.
Matt Forte was pretty good, though, while you were doing your thing. Matt Walsh next. Actor Matt Walsh. All right, back on Up and Adams. LeSean McCoy is gone, but we've got 7 days to the draft. Will the Philadelphia Eagles take Bijan Robinson with 10th overall pick? We'll see. Who are the Bears taking?
It'll either be a big tackle, maybe that kid from Northwestern,
we'll be
or
back.
we'll get lucky with a defensive rush.
Ooh, we'll be back. I'm kind of geeking out because Veep is legit one of my favorite shows I've ever seen, and you will forever be Mike McClintock, but now you have more exciting things going on. We are joined by this brilliant actor and comedian. He's the founding member of the Upright Citizens Brigade, starred in countless hit films, a 2-time Emmy nominee for his role as said Mike McClintock in the award-winning comedy series Veep, and you're a lifelong Bears fan, which is both a blessing and a curse.
Blessing and a curse. Been a curse lately. But there's
of,
always the draft.
But you're kind of swagged out.
You like the swag?
I do.
What do you mean?
Is that, well, you've got
swag
clearly.
Means like giveaways. What do you mean?
Oh, God. And you have lots of swagger. I feel like you went in your closet and you said, "This is my trusty Bears flannel with the pearl snaps. And
Yeah.
This is my vintage hat that I've never washed."
Thank you for noticing the pearl snaps.
You never haven't washed it since '85.
No, it's a dirty hat. I'm sorry. I respect your show tremendously, but I do wear a dirty hat.
You were just geeking out over LeSean a little bit.
Oh my God, that guy's he's a fantastic athlete, and all the stuff he's doing. I just feel like I sit on my couch and watch Netflix, and I listen to him changing the world. I have to do more.
Yeah. Did he win you a fantasy?
He did. 1 year he did. Yeah, 1 year he did.
Well, that's huge.
Yeah,
you had him on
he was on my
roster
fantasy
3
team
times.
3
I mean, in a
times.
PPR league, he was an absolute machine, especially in the playoffs. He always had good games.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get into some things. We're gonna get into the new movie. It's called Flamin Hot. We're gonna get into the Bears. But I gotta tell you, I was at the dentist office the other day, and I saw that you're gracing.
Your teeth look great, by the way.
Thank you. You've been gracing the pages of In Pickleball magazine.
Oh my goodness, you did.
Let's take a look here. We do our what in God's green Bears shorts is going on here?
During the pandemic, my wife taped a pickleball court in our driveway, so we started playing pickleball.
Is that true?
True.
Like regulation size?
No, it was like Fenway, like had a shorter left field line. It was like 10 feet short in various sections.
Duct tape, masking tape, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, white paper tape, colored tape. So yeah.
Tell me about the neighbors.
They don't care. No, it didn't bother them.
Okay.
And so I got into it that way, and being in Pickleball magazine is a career achievement. I mean, I could pretty much coast now.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Rob Gronkowski.
Times Man of the Year, really.
Of course, that's the new Times. We have Gronk on the show every week. Chandler Parsons has been coming out a lot. So you've got an NBA 9-time, 6-time athlete, and of course Gronk, a 4-time Super Bowl champion, and they're obsessed with pickleball. And I think we need to just make like an invitational.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about these golf tournaments, or you're talking about raising money. Can we do a Matt Walsh in your driveway?
I have a
thing?
well, no,
not
not the
money?
driveway. No, I had a pickleball tournament first time this year. I do a charity golf tournament, but we had a pickleball event, and so I do that already for a place called Defy Ventures.
And what was that? So you are doing a lot in the community.
I am
liar.
doing a little bit, yeah.
You made it sound like you weren't.
Defy Ventures is good. They help people who come out of prison find jobs and mentorship and not go back to prison.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we do field trips to prison. You go and visit people in prison. It's very interesting.
What is that like?
You should come.
Come visit a prison with you?
With me. We go on a bus.
Tell me what would happen.
They do like a Shark Tank. They make the inmates who are studying business pitch you a business proposition, and then you give them notes on their business proposition, and then you vote on the best business proposition, and the winner gets like $1,000 or something when they get out of prison to start a dog walking business and a mini nail salon, like a modest business, so they can, achieve and get worth.
Is that those are actual things that were pitched to you? Is there one thing that sort of sticks out as
one lady made sweet potato pies and started her own business.
Wow.
Another guy's like a handyman, like real practical stuff, like neighborhood, dog walker stuff.
And what is it called again?
Defy Ventures.
Defy Ventures.
Yeah, it's a really good
pickleball invitational.
Yes.
To raise money for this.
I'll invite you. I know you're busy, but I'll invite you.
Where does you
We do it in beautiful, the Solvang area.
Oh,
have you explored?
Listen, no, I've heard about Solvang.
Oh, you got to explore
been.
California.
Yes, I don't even know. As we know, I don't even know where the valley is, so that's fine. Okay, I heard you say, and that's incredible that you do that. I heard you say in an interview recently, as you know, we've done our homework since we saw your In Pickleball spread here.
Thank you.
That Veep 2 or a reboot or Veep the movie would happen if Julia Louis-Dreyfus would greenlight it and make it happen. Is that true?
That's not news.
If she was in, you'd do it.
She's the show, so yeah. I mean, that's not really news. That's just a common observation.
What's your pitch to her? We want this to happen. What's the pitch,
I'm
Julia?
pitching Julia. She doesn't. Does she watch your show? She's not up this early.
If you understood my obsession
with Veep,
Reach, I have such a crush on this woman.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I got to go to the Oscars this year, and all I was doing was looking for.
Was she there?
I'm like, Brad Pitt, get out of the way. Julia Louis-Dreyfus might be around. I think I would be so starstruck, and I wouldn't say hi to her, but I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah,
and I was looking for her at Vanity Fair. I was looking for her everywhere. I was like,
Yeah.
Julia. And then I saw that she was somewhere, but it wasn't meant to be.
She won't disappoint.
Don't
She's
meet
the
your
real
heroes.
deal.
Really?
She's a nice person and super talented and a great, obviously, leader on our show. So
Matt, make the pitch. Let's make it happen.
Pitch for Veep? Well, it has to be, because Veep flashed forward in time at the end, so you'd have to pick up.
Rest in peace, Tom Hanks.
It would probably be her post-presidency and what she would do. What do presidents do besides she would open a library? I don't know. I guess take her overseas. That's my only pitch.
Oh my
Let's go
gosh.
overseas.
Like an international NFL game.
Yeah, like Clinton
Let's
had
take
the
her to play
Clinton
in London.
Foundation. Maybe she has a foundation in Africa, and then we find out it's all corrupt and the money's going to buy guns and create war.
Yeah. Well, on that lovely note, let's keep it going.
That's what Veep does.
It really does, and it's tragically very similar to what's going on in just the regular world. We're not going to get into that because it's not that kind of a show.
Sorry.
What's the hardest you've ever laughed on that set?
I usually laughed when people were improvising things, or like whenever we're in a limo scene, you're sitting, imagine like 5 people plus 2 cameramen, and
So funny.
You're just on top of each other, so you're constantly fighting giggles. So whenever we did limo scenes, I would always break.
Is there one moment that you laughed the hardest, whether you were on cam or on the set, or one moment that you would put in a picture frame?
I can't think of one. There were so many laughs. I'm sorry, that's a great question. I don't have one. I guess
Thanks for saying
I
that.
do remember making Armando, the creator of the show, laugh just by falling off a plyometrics ball. He thought it was the funniest thing in the world, and that made, because he's such a brilliant, genius, proper British man, and he laughed like a little boy, and that was a good memory for me, just by doing a dumb physical comedy bit.
I'm glad it had nothing to do with Jonah, who I hated as a character, but you love enough to do a podcast with.
Yeah.
Tell me about this, because I hear that it's coming back. You
Yes.
guys rewatch episodes.
Yes, it's tailor-made for you. We go through all the seasons. We took a break. I think we're right at the end of season 3, and we're going to start season 4. And we'll just rewatch the show, and then we bring on our friends, Julia, Sam, Richardson,
Your
Tony
friends,
Hale.
Julie, I hate you.
They are
I
still
literally
friends.
could not hate you more.
Well,
I introduced you to LeSean McCoy.
I'm more starstruck by sports stars than actors.
Is that true?
I am. I always am. There's something like what they do is so unapproachable. So I find it more. I get more bashful around amazing athletes.
Who would give you that? What would be the equivalent of meeting her? That vibe that you would be starstruck.
I mean, it would be Jordan, or rest in peace Walter Payton, or guys like that. Stud athletes. LeBron. I've never met LeBron. If you're watching, LeBron. I live in the Valley. Let me fix my hat. LeBron, if you're living in the Valley, ever come see me.
LeBron's got bigger fish to fry.
I know, he's busy.
They gotta figure it out with these Lakers not doing so hot. Okay, you were born and raised in Chicago. You mentioned Walter Payton. You were about 21, I think, or in your 20s when they won that Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm. I was at Northern Illinois University,
Tell
the
me
Harvard
about
of the
this.
Midwest,
Of
going
course.
to college. I was in the snow. It snowed that day in Chicago, and I had worked a shift at Pizza World, so I was still in my Pizza World clothing.
What were you doing at Pizza World?
I was making pizzas,
You were making
paying my way through college, and I ended up watching most of it at a friend's house, and then we just went outside and stood in the snow as like world champions. That was cool.
The control room wants to know, as a professional Pizza World post-employee, does pineapple belong on pizza?
No, my wife's a fan of that. I don't get it. My son too. It doesn't make sense.
That was an emphatic no. I didn't even finish the question. The control room, no pineapple
It's the
on
same
pizza.
thing when people make macaroni salad and they want to put like chicken and olives and pineapple in it. Like macaroni salad's like a little celery, a little salt and pepper,
Just a little
mayonnaise.
Keep it easy up there in the
Right?
valley. Did you always know you wanted to be an actor?
I was
comedian?
actually going to be a psychologist. So out of college, I worked at Northwestern Hospital.
Wow.
On the psych ward. And then during the evenings, I started doing improv and sketch. And then at some point, the stakes in psychology were too high and too severe. So I decided to do something easier like comedy.
You worked in a psych ward?
Yeah, I was going to be a psychologist.
What
I
was
took
that
grad.
like?
Intense. I won't make your show dark. It's very difficult.
I mean,
They
we
were-
talked about...
All right, well, they were adolescents, 12 to 20, so we had, imagine it,
Wow.
suicide attempts, eating disorders, kids who were told by the court, either you go to psych eval or you go to,
And you're
juvie.
how old when you're doing this?
I was like 21, 22.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was intense. But I was doing that during the day, and then at night I was like running around Chicago doing silly sketches and drinking too much.
Which we love to see.
Yeah.
You and Amy Poehler did your thing, and you guys, you rose up with the comedy, and then of course made it to Veep, and now you are starring, or you're in this Flamin Hot
This
situation.
is my timeline. I like
this
how you do
is
it.
the trajectory.
This is my timeline. Here we are.
Pizza World, Psych Ward, Northwestern.
Up and Adams, this is
Up
the
and Adams.
pinnacle.
This is exactly right. You meet LeSean McCoy, it's done. Tell me about the movie, because it's based on a true story that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Flamin Hot is about the man, Richard Montañez, who created Flamin Hot Cheetos. And he was just a janitor, Mexican-American. The factory was going to close. He called corporate. They put him through. He said, you got to cater to Mexicans. They love hot, spicy. I got a recipe. So they came down, tested it, and then he became the head of their international marketing, and now that kind of food is $1 billion industry.
What do you do in that movie?
I play the mean floor boss. I'm like a foreman who doesn't want anything to change. Like, no new ideas. Just do, just that mentality of like, everybody just put your head down.
Yeah, Lays are cool. Fritos are great.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Got it.
Leave it alone.
No spice. That's amazing. Do you like Flamin' Hots?
I can't eat a Flamin' Hot. I've tried them. I'm not a super spicy guy.
Got it. Well, we have some super spicy takes for you right now. You guys can see Flamin' Hot, but we have some Flamin' Hot takes. These are some opinions. You're going to give us your thoughts in a quick fashion here. Here's a take. Justin Fields is the best quarterback in the NFC North. What do you think of that?
Maybe by the end of the year, not at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
That's not a hot take, but
LeBron James is better than Jordan.
he's as great.
Are you from Chicago? Take that hat off. What are you doing? What do you mean?
I know, I hate
that.
What
are you doing?
I love Jordan, but LeBron's amazing.
Is this a bit?
What do you think? No way?
Of course. Are you joking? Absolutely
I'm not getting on board with the Lakers.
Every time the Lakers lose, I'm like, yes.
I'm not on board with the Lakers. Like, Jordan's the greatest, sure.
Yeah.
But LeBron's pretty great.
All right, what else do we got here? Let's skip this next one. Let's do the next one.
You don't like it? Was it about the dentist?
It was about Matt Walsh's, and I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
I was going to go. Yeah. Going to White Sox games is more fun than going to Cubs games.
Ooh, good question.
There was a big fight at a Sox game last weekend.
Sox games are more violent, I'll tell you that much. The first Sox game I went to, a man passed out at the counter and dropped his wallet. And I was with my dad. I'm like, what is this place?
And then you took the wallet and bought a beer.
No, then he woke up and ran away and left his wallet. Like,
weird. Okay. The most underrated movie that you've ever been in is Role Models.
Ooh.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's a good hot take. That's a flaming hot take. I like that.
That's the best. What's your favorite movie that you're in?
Favorite movie that I'm in?
Yeah,
Oh, come on. I'll say Unplugging, because I'm the star of it.
Yeah, there we go.
Longoria.
We love to hear that with Eva Longoria, who also is part of Flamin' Hot.
She's the director.
She's the director. We love Eva Longoria. That's amazing. Okay, the NFC North is a better place without Aaron Rodgers.
100%.
Tell me about that.
100%, $1,000,000%. But he has like Jay Cutler face. He makes a bad first impression. He's tries to be new agey, like football fans are interested in that stuff.
He's not gone yet, Matt.
And he's a bear killer. Like he always crushed us. So I'm happy that he's gone.
Remember when he's like, I own you?
Yeah.
He's not gone yet.
I know, but he'll probably be gone. Is he on the Jets yet?
I don't know.
Did you check the wire?
Did you know that on my Super Bowl show, we went to Super Bowl, and my first guest of the week was Jay Cutler. And 2 minutes in the break, 2 minutes until he came on, he canceled. And I was so furious. And Brandon Marshall, coincidentally, was my next guest. And he came on and he burned him so bad.
Oh, I want to watch that clip.
I will send it to you.
Please.
Jay Cutler, or Brandon Marshall invited Cutler to his wedding. I think he was supposed to be in the wedding, so it didn't show up.
I don't get it.
So Brandon Marshall was trying to make me feel better. But you said that
Chicago was so nice to that guy. We defended him for so long, and he's as bad as Aaron Rodgers, honestly.
It is, and those are Flamin' Hot takes. Check out Flamin' Hot. Where can we see it?
It'll be in theaters the end of May, and then it'll be up on Hulu, I think, or everywhere.
And maybe that'll be the best movie that you're in. It's on Disney Plus, and it's on
Disney.
Hulu.
I don't even know.
On June 9th. I do, Matt.
Well,
That's
they
why
own
I'm here.
it. Disney owns Hulu.
You're the best. Jay Cutler face. We're going to talk about that with Carmen Vitali. She's our reporter from Fox Sports. She's here to break down the NFC North and more after this. All right, experience the NBA playoffs like never before with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Join FanDuel today and get $150 in bonus bets when you place your first $5 bet. Win or lose, that means you can bet on the point spread, player props, or any other bets FanDuel will have to choose from. I got to get another one out there. I'm 0 for 14. Unbelievable. Unbelievably impressive, but you can make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. We'll be back with Carmen Vitali, who looks like a big, amazing piece of bubble gum, which I'm just loving. Everything about her. It's all happening next. This graphic without Aaron Rodgers making me feel pretty happy. Making me feel some type of way. Jay Cutler face, rather. Aaron Rodgers, a.k.a. This version of the NFC North looks like a kind of a wide open competition situation, so who better to talk to and break down the division than the queen herself, Fox Sports NFL North reporter and my very good friend, Carmen Vitali. Well, I want to say very good friend, but as I understand it, you've been in the LA area for a little bit over a week and no call, no anything. Marissa, Taylor, and I would love to take you out for one of our famous 3-hour lunches. Nope, nothing. Carm?
No, I don't have an answer for it. I'm so sorry.
Have you been busy because of their draft is 7 days away?
Yeah, there's maybe a few things going on with the NFC North in the draft.
Listen, you've been everywhere. I'm seeing you on The Herd. You and Joy
coming
Taylor,
from you.
who I love. No, you are everywhere. It is amazing. Our little show's headed to Kansas City for the draft. You're going to be in Chicago. We're going to get into that. But you've been doing your homework as well as we have about all the draft prospects. We're talking to experts. But we've got some loaded questions, like a baked potato, baby, and a comfort food. Sit on the couch, watch Succession Sunday. Let's go. We have questions for you on how these teams in the NFC North, your focus, can improve their rosters. So let's do it, and let's start with the Detroit Lions, okay? Because they pick first on the clock, and they took some really beautiful steps forward, right? They're currently the favorites to win the NFC North, which is insane. They were like a 3-win team a couple of seasons ago. Let's not forget their defense ranked dead last in the entire year last year, okay? So we want them to capture their first division title. We were here for it since 1991, when you were not even around, I don't think.
I was.
Okay.
Relax.
So how do they boost the defense?
Jalen Carter. Full stop. No, listen, a defensive line with Jalen Carter on the inside and Aiden Hutchinson on the outside. Aiden Hutchinson already led the team in sacks last year with 9. Now, if he has an actual interior rotation with a guy like Jalen Carter who can not only eat up blockers, but get to the quarterback himself, that's scary, not just for the NFC North, but for the entire league. There is, however, saying that.
Tell me.
There's some concerns about Jalen Carter. And legal issues aside, from what I'm hearing from people I've talked to, coaches, scouts around the league, he showed up to his pro day overweight. He showed up to his pro day out of shape. He did not finish his pro day workout. How he is as a teammate has come into question. And that is a bigger red flag for a lot of these teams than anything at this point. So I think he just needs to go to the right situation. He needs somewhere that has an established culture, really good leadership, and he can't just go anywhere. But I happen to think that the Lions are one of those teams that can get the most out of him.
You think Dan can get the best out of him?
I do. And that staff, half that staff is former players.
I mean, they need him. I like this idea. It's the 6th pick. They were 18th in sacks, 29th against the run last year. I would say, is it a little tempting to maybe go corner too, right? Because there's Jeff Okudah. They can probably get a Devin Witherspoon, a Christian Gonzalez. What do you make of that? They might go CB.
I love Devin Witherspoon. I think he's my first cornerback off the board.
He's coming on the show next week.
Woo! ILL. You need to play up the Illinois thing, and he could reunite with Kirby Joseph, who's a safety on the in the Lions secondary, who's also from Illinois. Had a fantastic rookie season for the Lions. They did address corner though, so I don't necessarily know that is their biggest need right now.
Front needs to be addressed.
They have Cam Sutton, they have the Emmanuel Mosley, so I do think that the front is really where you can get the most bang for your buck.
Okay, let's talk Bears here. Okay, we just had Matt Walsh. We want to make him happy. He's back there. He was telling some sad stories out here, so let's talk about this. We love Ryan Poles. We love what he did. What do they need to address? What's the loaded question? How much pressure is on Ryan Poles?
How much pressure is he under? That's the thing is I don't think he's under that much pressure anymore. From what he's done this offseason already with bolstering the defense, getting those linebackers, and putting weapons.
He's not under pressure!
Wait, just hear me out. This year, the only pressure he's under this year is to get a full evaluation on Justin Fields. And he's done that already by putting weapons around him. Getting DJ Moore was the catalyst for that trade with Carolina, for the trade down. That was a hugely important piece for Ryan Poles. So now Justin Fields has weapons. He's got Bobby Tunyon, who was one of Aaron Rodgers' most trusted targets in Green Bay. So now you've given Justin Fields no excuses to not show you what he's made of this year.
I'm just going to say, and I don't wear a watch, and I wish I did for things like this so I could say, time's clicking, tick, tick, tick on that rookie contract.
Of Justin Fields.
So we can say we can evaluate him and then what? Pay him a ton of money. The Bears have to turn it around and capitalize on the window before you have to pay Mr. Fields. All right, the Green Bay Packers are next. Now, assuming the Aaron Rodgers deal happened, listen, I'm the first one that said it. I knew a couple things. I was like, this isn't happening anytime soon. Both sides are dug in. Both sides have leverage. But assuming it does happen at some point, the Packers are going to be one of the biggest mysteries going into 2023. What's the return for Aaron Rodgers going to be? Can they make this deal happen before the draft to get more pieces to help him? And, of course, what are they getting? My burning question from Jordan Love. New Packers, who dis?
Is it new Packers? This is the strategy they've employed my entire life, our entire life, is you draft the guy, you let him sit for a couple of years, and then he comes into the league and he sets it on fire. How are we supposed to think this is any different? I know it's a new regime, but the strategy is the same at this point. Now, is Jordan Love going to come out there and be Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks to play the game? I know it hurts to say, but it's true. No, he's not going to do that. But they've set him up really well. He has a really good run game to fall back on. They brought back Aaron Jones for this exact
Love
reason.
him.
And if this defense plays up to the talent level that they have, they could be a really good piece too.
Do they ever have in your lifetime of when you've loved and it's tough.
No, defense was always Chicago.
Yeah. They got to take, and look where that got them. They got to go receiver, right? They lose Lazard. Come on, right? You got a big target. You got a 6'4" dude in Christian Watson who finally turned it up. We saw how good he is and how good he could be. Jordan Addison, Zay Flower, they got to grab
Well,
away.
Matt LaFleur said they want a veteran wide receiver. I don't know where you're going to get one. Maybe it's a 3-team trade. Maybe that's what's holding up this Jets thing.
Maybe.
It's a 3-team
How
trade.
about Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets and immediately the Packers are like, cool, DeAndre Hopkins, come on down. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Very, very possible.
We have a minute left to do this last one, all right? We've got the 20. Poor
got it,
Vikings, always getting shafted.
I know.
Never enough time for them. These are the NFC North champions. Do they have to retool to repeat? What do you got? They lost a lot of veterans this offseason. Kendricks to the Chargers. He was our first guest in this new studio.
Yeah, they sure as hell better retool at this point. They're going to need to. That's the thing. They won this division. They were 4 games up from the second place team in the NFC North last year. They were the only NFC North team to make the playoffs. This division is going to be so much more competitive this year. So they're going to have to get creative too because they don't have a lot of draft capital either. They have 5 picks total, including a compensatory. But what they lack in draft capital, they do have in player capital because both Zadarius Smith and Dalvin Cook, they have outs on their contracts this year. And they could save a lot of money by trading them at this point.
Zach Hiller, what's going on? That's Dalvin Cook's boy.
I love Dalvin Cook. I love Zadarius Smith, but you could save a lot of money and you could potentially get some draft return on that, which you desperately need to get more players.
I mean, I'm looking at what they got here. They got to address the secondary, right?
Yeah. Oh,
They've
absolutely.
done a lot
That's
up
their
front.
number one need. Not even close.
I don't know. They could take a corner.
Their pass rush needs to be a little
Deontay
bit.
Banks.
Brian Flores, I think, will go a long way.
We're looking at it. The NFC North champions feeling disrespected because Detroit Lions looking down on them over at FanDuel Sportsbook. We got 20 seconds left in the show. Take it away.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. You've been everywhere. I don't know. You going on the hurt? Oh, you'll be in Chicago for
I will
Fox
be in
Sports.
Chicago for the draft. I will be at Hallis Hall for the first round.
Are you in the war room? Sneak your way in there.
No,
Don't wear that. You'll stand out.
I can't reveal my sources either.
Oh!
I got things.
Carmen Vitali.